Hello, everyone. I'm Jose Betancourt, and welcome to my new podcast. It's called Cheese. Why cheese? Well, isn't that what everyone says when they're about to take a photo? And isn't that what most people say in return when they are about to be photographed? So, hey, why not implement the name Cheese into my photography podcast? Maybe it'll work in the algorithms of YouTube and iTunes. Who knows? But welcome. I'm from New York City. I have been serious about photography for the last 5 years. I shoot with a Fuji GFX 50R. It's a medium format camera. And my main subjects that I photograph are my family. And then I'll photograph everything in New York City. There's so much in New York City. There's architecture. There are landscapes. There are monumental landmarks. And then there's the people. The people are so interesting in New York City that in any given moment, there's something that's going to happen that'll leave you scratching your head. So why not take photos of that? And if you're one of those very methodical street hunters or street photographers that is hunting within a certain area in New York City, you have a limitless supply of subjects. And I do a little bit of street photography, landscape shots, some portraits. I have done a few parties here and there, some events. So I dabble in a lot of genres. I'm not specific to one genre. So I guess that's going to help me out when talking about my photography life. And hopefully that will help you as well. I'm not here to teach you about photography. I'm here just to talk about it. I'm not going to tell you what to do and what not to do. But I look forward to having the audience tell me what I should and should not do, because useful feedback is the only way to learn. You fail, and then you learn why you failed. So if anyone wants to critique me, please feel free to do so, because I've been podcasting for 13 years, and I'm very used to that. This podcast is going to be positive. Photography has been really a positive influence in my life. It helps me stay creative, stay alert. One thing I know a lot of us who have in common, who have delved into photography, I think you might share this particular experience. And I'm talking about how when you go out, now all of a sudden you're noticing things that you'd never noticed before. You're composing images in your head. You're looking at light differently. You're looking at people differently. I'm sure a lot of us go through that. If not 100%, then maybe 99.9% of people who are into photography do the same thing now. And that is just extremely helpful, because now that has been implemented into my work life, into my family life, just taking the things I used to take for granted and making those the highlight of my day. You know, like seeing my son eat cereal in the morning. Now I'm looking at ways of composing an image in conjunction with the light. And sometimes I'll take a snapshot of him eating breakfast, and he looks at me like, "What are you doing?" And for us, a lot of photographers, we take photos like that because, number one, we are exercising all that we've learned in photography. And number two, we want to share those memories with our children or our spouses. And number three is freezing a time in life that you want to remember later on. And so when my son goes to college next year, I'm going to have all these photos that I'm going to eventually make an album of, give him a copy of that album, and keep one for ourselves. And every time I look at that photo album, I know I'm going to remember very vividly that particular time that I took that photo. And to me, that's what photography is. It's just remembering, especially now that I'm 47, remembering specific times and having those emotions come back, even for a split second. That's what photography does for me. And I'm sure for you too. And I look forward to your feedback. I'm going to put my Instagram, my Twitter, my YouTube channel, my website. I'm going to put all of that in the show description. So once again, I am Jose Betancourt. Thank you for checking out my introduction to this podcast. And I look forward to your feedback. So take care, and I'll talk to you next week.